were doing well. Just thought I would bring you a lesson online. It's a little bit different than we're used to, but we have some things to do today, and I thought that we would discuss them together. So I'm going to start with the last class that we had together, and that was on MyPlate. It was the grains lesson. And if you remember, I asked you to go home and look at an ingredient list of your favorite grain foods: cereal, oatmeal, popcorn, crackers, bread, and just read that ingredient list to see if that first word after the word ingredient said whole or 100% whole. If it did not, if it said enriched, that's fine. Now you know. So I wanted to show you in our book where we were: parts of a grain, seed or the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. And we talked about that last week. So after this class, you might want to go and take a look to see if your favorite grain food was whole. Well, today we're mostly going to speak about the fruit and the vegetables lesson. We're going to do both of those together. And if you'll notice on my plate again, that half of our plate are fruits and vegetables. That means a lot of the nutrients that we need every day come from this half of our plate. It's very important to get those in. It's a beautiful array of colors. It's a great way to get all those nutrients in tasty ways. So we'll review that. If you have your book, you can turn on page 12. If you don't, that's okay. You can do this later. It says, come down to the tracks of the vegetable terminal to circle the vegetables. Well, we can do that together. Okay, what's the vegetable in our first little boxcar? Of course, you know that would be the spinach, dark green vegetable. We have vegetable in the second car, and what does it look like to you? Yes, the pepper. We have two vegetables in the third car, and so we know that this is broccoli, and that is a vegetable. What does it look like? It looks like a dark orange sweet potato to me. Okay, now we have two vegetables also in that fourth car, and we have a bright orange carrot and some tasty mushrooms. Mushrooms are a delicious vegetable. And then finally, we have a little sneaky vegetable in this last boxcar. So it's sticking up there on the top, and it looks like, kind of looks like a pea. So there are the vegetables on page 12. And the next page in our book is going to be talking about how important it is to wash our fruits and vegetables. So remember, we had the clean rule where washing our hands was one of the most important things to do. So after we wash our hands and we're preparing fruits and vegetables, we also need to wash our fruits and vegetables. They've been in the stores, people have been handling them. They came from places where you really don't know what people have been handling them with. So it's really simple to wash fruits and vegetables. All you have to do is just rinse them under cold water. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. In what order would we do that? Of course, we know what the first one is. It would be to wash your own what? Correct, your hands. The second thing we need to do is clean our fruits and vegetables under cold running water before eating or cutting up. So we'll put a 2. And then, yes, it is important sometimes to dry our fruits and vegetables. If I have a pineapple or a cantaloupe and it has a hard skin on it, what would happen if I didn't wash it and I cut through that cantaloupe or the watermelon before I washed it? All that dirt, all those germs would go right through the whole fruit, and there I would be eating all that bacteria. So by washing the outside, even on a rind that I'm not going to eat, and then drying it off with a paper towel, that helps get rid of some of the dirt. That kind of helps get rid of the lingering dirt and germs. So there's your number 3. And finally, of course, we want you to enjoy your fruits and your vegetables. And so we know that some vegetables like potatoes and things are grown in the ground, and you might need a scrub brush and scrub those. But you wouldn't want to scrub a tomato. That would ruin the tomato, so you wouldn't do that. Okay, so now we're going to look at parts of our plant. So you'll notice that I have a picture of what parts of a plant are you eating? And I have many fruits and vegetables, and we're going to talk about the parts that we're eating. So let's talk about the flower. Yes, you are eating a flower when you eat a cauliflower. So believe it or not, if you left that in the ground a long time and didn't harvest it when it was ready, it would bloom. But you are eating a flower. So let's put this cauliflower up here with a flower. Broccoli would be the same way. Okay, so now we're going to come down to the leaves. Let's look at some vegetables that are leaves. We have some kale. There's some grape leaves. I have some cabbage. And, some of your favorite. This is spinach. Alright, so we've got lots of leaves that we eat. Okay, so let's look at this seed right here. You eat seeds. So, actually, some of you are very familiar with a little garden pea. You're eating the seeds. And believe it or not, even a green bean. You're eating the whole pod and everything. So we've got seeds. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the flower. Yes, I know, a tomato has seeds. Therefore, it's considered a fruit of the vine. So in science and horticulture, anybody that's growing plants knows that this is considered a fruit of the vine. But on my plate, I don't eat tomatoes for dessert. Like, fruits are nature's candy, and a tomato is not sweet like that. Neither is a zucchini. A zucchini also has seeds. And see, this squash has seeds. And even this pepper has a seed. So these are all considered a fruit of the vine. But we don't eat them that way on my plate. They broke the rules. They put them in the vegetable category. So we're going to do that now. So we got that juicy tomato. Remember, this is a vegetable on my plate. We have a pumpkin. You guys love the pumpkin. Fruit. We have that squash we spoke about earlier. And then those delicious peppers. Peppers can be sweet or hot. You have to find out which one. Okay. So now you see we have a stem. We eat stems of celery. You can eat the leaves also. So we're going to put that right there. And some of you have tried asparagus. Some of you may have not. But we are eating the stem, actually, and the flower of an asparagus. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, and last but not least, we have the roots. So we're eating all parts of the plant. So the first thing you may be familiar with is the potato. We're eating those roots. And there is a sweet potato. And even an onion. So we filled up our poster with all kinds of fruits, vegetables, and we're eating all kinds of forms of the plant. So we got flowers, leaves, stems, fruits, seeds, and the roots. going to go to the fruit lesson. So if you'll look in your book, if you have it on page 18, we'll do the fruit lesson together. So you'll notice that fruits are all different colors, just like the vegetables, and we're going to talk a lot about the colors. But fruits are nature's candy, and it's a great way to have something sweet but still get nutrients. Unlike candy has a sweetness, but it has no nutrients, so it really doesn't do us a whole lot of good like the fruits does. So let's circle the fruits together on page 18. If you don't have your book, it's okay. You can do this later. So we all know what that fruit is. In the first car, of course, that apple. The fruit in the second car is a little harder to see. It's a lemon or a grapefruit. The fruit in our third car is that ever-loving banana. We have two fruits in the fourth car. A nice juicy grape and wonderful strawberries, which are in season right now, so I hope you're enjoying those. And for the very, very last car, we have some delicious raspberries. I've been eating some raspberries lately. They've been really, really delicious. So I want you to take a look at some other fruits that I have that you might really enjoy. So I know some of you love blueberries. And believe it or not, there's scientific research going on right now with this purple or blue color, and they say it's really good for our brains. So hopefully the science will come in soon and we'll know more what to say, but I think it's going to be real favorable. These colors are important. Believe it or not, the nutrient content makes that fruit or vegetable the color that it is many times. We got that dark orange cantaloupe. I know you love those, plus oranges. We got all colors of grapes, and some of you always love a kiwi. Bananas. There's that, it's a pink grapefruit that we talked about. We also noticed that I have some larger pictures of some fruits here. And pomegranate is called a super food. The reason it's so super, it's like broccoli. It's got so many nutrients in it. So I hope you tried a pomegranate. They're only available around Christmas time, but we eat the little seeds, and they have a little kind of a hard little seed inside, and they're edible though, it's fine. So we just take those seeds out. You have to work at it a little bit. They are definitely worth it. So you'll see the raspberry. I know some of you grow those in your own gardens. This star fruit, it's a crazy little fruit. It tastes a little bit like a plum to me. And the first time I saw a star fruit, I thought I had to peel it. Oh dear, no, you don't do that. You can eat the peel and all on a star fruit. And to get it to look like that, you just take it like that, slice it, and when you turn it up, it looks like a star. So that's a really interesting. Some of you may have never seen a papaya. They're very, very sweet, and they're not tangy or tart at all. But you scoop out the seeds, and you peel them, and we eat that dark orange flesh, and it's really delicious. A papaya and avocado remind me of each other a little bit. Where the papaya is sweet, though, the avocado is not at all. But a lot of you eat avocados in guacamole and things like that, so I put them on a sandwich sometimes. They're really delicious. And this strange fruit is a fig. This is what it looks like on the tree. And this is what it looks like if you cut it in half. And these are the fresh ones. So my grandmother had a fig tree when I was growing up, and we used to eat a lot of fresh figs. They are really juicy and really, really sweet. And if you've ever had a fig Newton and those little seeds that you bite into on that little cookie, you see that that's because it has a lot of little seeds in there, but they're soft little seeds and they're really delicious. Okay, so now we're going to go over a few of our fruits and our vegetables. So I said make half your plate fruits and vegetables. So this is about the amount of fruits and vegetables you need in a day. So a small banana and a medium apple will probably give you the fruit that you need. You need a variety though. You need an apple one day and a banana. You might want raspberries and blueberries one day, or a cantaloupe and a pineapple. Whatever you like the best. You can switch it over from time to time. And then look and notice that I have dark green, orange, and red. And those three colors are really, really vital to get every day to get those nutrients in. So this is about the amount of vegetables you need in a day. So a nice big carrot, a good bunch of broccoli, and some sweet corn like you grow in the garden would be a good choice. You can also pick peppers. You can also pick grape. I have a whole bunch of different fruits and vegetables in my little basket. Here's a potato. That would be a good vegetable. So there's a pear. So you can mix it up. So one day I could have that as my fruit, and I could have that as my vegetable. So it's a lot of ways to do that. So the one last thing we're going to do today for our fruit and vegetable lessons, I want to challenge each of you to try to get in a couple of fruits and about 3 servings of vegetables every day. While you're at home, you need to really take care of yourself. We're in a lot. We also need to remember physical activity. All right, so we're going to do some physical activity dice, and I'm going to roll it. It's going to tell me what we're going to do. We're going to knee bends. How many are we going to do? We're going to do 8 knee bends. So when I get back to school, we'll do this game together, and everybody will get a chance to roll it. So knee bends. So 1, do it with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing really strong muscles. So we can do a lot of stuff. We can do arm circles. We can do 6 arm circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you guys get really creative. I want to hear everything that you're doing to keep that 60 minutes worth of physical activity in. And eat your fruits and vegetables in your whole brains. And I hope to see you in a few minutes.